What was that? I've got to get out of here soon. A little bit of trouble actually. Go. Oh, I'm saved. It just went all so very wrong. I'm sorry, bud. You're going to have to sit this one out. I'm not allowed to take you where I'm going. Good morning, folks. So I've got something a little bit special for you today. I'm going to call it the hidden jewel of Pirongia, or Pirongia's secret. You're going to need to keep following though, because you need to see what that is. I sent a message out to 7 of my mates, and typical 2 days notice of Dave, and sadly all of them have got other commitments. Either work or something else. So I'm doing this on my own, and for some reason I'm just feeling quite apprehensive about it. It is going to involve quite a bit of agility, going to be doing some navigational work, bush bashing off track. Lord, I just pray that you protect me and guide me and get me out of here safely so that I can continue to do these videos for these lovely folk. That's taken around about 30 minutes. I'm filming as well, so we're a distance at 1.45 kilometers. So I belong to a pretty big Facebook group in New Zealand, and the other day somebody was asking about why she was finding it difficult to find anybody, and I better just make sure I get this right. So we're going to the cave 10 minutes away. Why she was struggling to form a hiking group, and it was quite refreshing to see what people's answers were. Hiking means something different for every individual. But it seemed like the biggest advantage of hiking solo for most people were the convenience of it. Like me today, I literally spent a bit of time trying to get someone to come with me, but no one's able just to drop things in the last 2 days and come. So it was the convenience of just being able to go whenever you like. There was quite a few responses that it's just nice not having the responsibility of looking after other people. And after 20 years of hiking and organising most of the tramps, I know a little bit of what that's like. You're just always on edge a bit more because you've got to take responsibility for your group. But that's okay. There were quite a few people like myself that said that solo hiking was, they just found that they're more immersed in the environment that they're in. You can hear, having said that, I'm talking my head off at the moment, they could hear the river and the birds, and so therefore they felt more immersed, and it was just a really good place for them to reset. There were only a few that suggested that they would prefer to hike on their own because they tend to hike a lot quicker than most people, and that's fine, I completely get that. But there was quite a large body of people that said, a little bit of a roadblock, just cross over top of this. There was quite a large number of people that sort of indicated that they actually didn't want to inconvenience other people because they walked slow, and then they just didn't want people saying, oh, that person's just slow, they're holding us up. So there appeared to be this sentiment that they would rather hike on their own because they didn't want to feel guilty, or they didn't want to inconvenience other members of the party. And you know what, I get that as well. So for me personally, I am, when I'm walking with my buddies, one of them in particular, if you're listening to this now, you know who you are, just doesn't stop talking. So you will see me tending to walk quite a bit ahead of my party oftentimes, because personally I come into the bush to reset and just to be absorbed in nature. Now obviously being a YouTuber means that that's interrupted a bit. You know, what have we got coming up here? Okay, so that's the loop and we're heading off to the caves, which are in about 5 minutes. I'm probably going to have to stop talking myself and start concentrating on this track. It's actually getting a little bit gnarly. So, solo hiking. Look, no judgment if that's your thing. To be honest, it's my thing as well. I'm an interesting individual in terms of I'm a very confident person around people, but I'm actually a tipping point introvert. So I actually get energized by being on my own in quite isolated places like this. So yeah, and that's probably the reason that I have a preference to solo hiking. And of course, if you've ever come with me, and look, reach out and send me a DM, because I wouldn't say no if you're able to keep up. It is quite inconveniencing for the rest of my party to stop, walk through that frame, hang on, I've got to take a photo of this, in order to provide really good footage for you. So look, I'm going to stop babbling on here because we're about to arrive at the caves, and that's probably something that I'd really like to show you. So keep on watching. Okay, so we're at the Kaniwhaniwha Caves. It's 30 metres long. Who doesn't love a really good cave? So let's go and have a look, shall we? This is a limestone cave. This water channel has come through at some stage and created this cave system. It's pretty cool. I'm coming through here with my pack on. It's only a small pack, so it should be right. Or maybe not. Fragile area. Might be talking about me. Some escape hatches if you get claustrophobic and want to come out. Kaniwhaniwha Cave. How cool is that, eh? I would recommend you actually leave your pack here and then go through. My pack was so small, I was fine. And you actually exit just out here, so yep, it's all very well picking up your pack. So look, I'm heading off to the bell track now. So the caves are 2.1 kilometres from the car park. I've been walking and through the caves for just on an hour now, and I'm going to be heading off to the bell track to see the tallest kahikatea tree. You know how I was talking about the benefits of hiking solo, and this is one of them. So I'm going to shut up now and just have a listen. This is called bush bathing. You don't get that if someone in your group is chatting away now, do you? I just love it. Just absolutely love it. We're coming up on the swing bridge now on the Bell track. If I was to continue up there, and I think I'm going to, I'll be at Central Clearing on the Bell track in around about 2 hours. It's a little bit easy to miss this intersection, but if you come over the other side, you'll see this sign, and this is where I'm heading to initially. So we're going off to see the Kakatea tree, 66.5 metres. She's a big girl, and approximately 10 minutes away. So I'm still a little bit undecided. I am a little bit nervous about going up this creek on my own today. I think that's where my apprehension is coming from. So we'll have a look at the tree and I'll make a decision at that point. There she is. Hi guys. So from the car park, it's taken me around about 2 hours 20 to get to the site of the Kakatea tree. Now for those that are unfamiliar, it's 66.5 metres. This is the tallest known native tree in New Zealand, so that's quite a significant fact. The tallest native New Zealand tree. So this is all still part of my intentions, which I've left with my wife in terms of getting to a clearing called the Bell Track clearing, and that's around about 2 hours away. I think what I'm going to do today is hike up to there, so around about 2 hours. That will put me at around about 1 o'clock today, and then I'm going to make a decision to head east bush bash down into the stream, and then I'll make some more decisions at that point. And I'm going to show you something pretty incredible. Just in case people are wondering, I actually have never filtered my water or boiled my water before I drank it, but I don't necessarily recommend this for you. I've probably got a cast iron stomach, and look, because I am not walking up this river, I thought I'd better fill up. Have a look at this video up here, Dying of Thirst. I'm in a very similar area to where I filmed that, and I don't want to run out of water again. So once I move away from the stream, I'm not going to be coming near it when we climb up on the Bell track. So anyway, I'm just heading back to the swing bridge now, and I'm going to carry on up to Central Clearing. We were talking about the benefits of being solo. Of course, the risk factor here is I've decided not to go up the river on my own, but the other benefit of being solo is I don't have to consult with anybody else in terms of abandoning going up the river versus going up to the Bell track. I have to admit, it's been a very pleasant walk. Somebody has just very recently come through and cleared the track. So whoever that was, what was that? Yeah, did I have you wondering? Yeah, that got you, didn't you? I did actually check before I stuck my hand in there. Mate, if that was any fresh, it would be steaming. There is so much evidence of pork up here. So hunters, if you're watching this video, I'm up on Just past the swing bridge on the Bell track, and seriously, there is tons of pig rutting going on. If there are any hunters watching this, and you know of some ridge lines that go down to some of these other tracks that come in from the west coast, you know, I'd be pretty keen for you to DM me and get in touch with me. And hey, look, if you want someone to video what you do, I'd like to come in with you and understand this backcountry a little bit more, because yeah, tame tracks, it's not my thing. Outdoorsman Dave, amongst other things, is a New Zealand adventure hiking channel. So, but if you're still watching me right now, I do thank you. We must be coming up pretty close to Central Clearing. I do appreciate you following so far. So if you haven't done so already, please hit the like, hit that subscribe button, and but the real story is soon to come. Look, I'll also put in the description a link of all the videos that I've done in here in Pirongia. Yeah, big country. Thanks for watching so far. Alrighty then, coming up on Central Clearing on the Bell track. Gosh, it really has been cleared. So the car park allegedly is 4 to 6 hours away, including the caves, the tree, the filming. I've been walking now for 4 hours and 18. She's currently 1 o'clock, and we've walked 7 kilometres. My understanding is that there used to be a dock hut here, and it's since been taken out. And if I ever had my way, I would love to actually have another hut put here, just to make this a mid-stop up to the main one, because there's only one on this mountain. And actually be involved, Doc, if you're listening, in cutting a track through to the hidden jewel that we're going to be hopefully seeing within the next hour. And yeah, maybe we could call that one Dave's Diversion. So can you imagine that? If you had a hut here, Doc, you would probably encourage a lot more people to come through on the Bell track. You would have the caves, the kakatea, and this hidden jewel, which I'm going to show you hopefully a bit later on, before people carry on up to the cone. So what do you think? If there's any legs on that, somebody, let me know. And yeah, Dave's Diversion, we should call it. So look, there is a waterside here. I'm just going to go and investigate that. And it's done a lovely job of cutting that out. Let's orientate the map. So I'm just going to put these lines on the map so that they line up, and then I'm going to move or orientate the map so that the red goes in where it should do. I don't know if you can see that going on. So now the red is in the garage, if you like. So currently the map is orientated. So we are currently here at the moment, and I'm wanting to head down and drop into this stream system. And so it's directly that way. That wasn't a surprise, to be honest. If I just continue to keep this in there and continue on that eastern line, I should drop straight down into the river. At this point it starts getting a little bit interesting, because I'm going off track. From memory, last time about 7 years ago, it was about a half an hour bush bash, mainly through Supplejack. It's just starting to rain now. Another good reason to have stayed out of the stream today. Keep on watching. It's going to get real interesting at this point. So you know what to do. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and continue watching for the Jewel of Pirongia revealed. Okay, and so the adventure begins. Wish me luck. I'm thinking I'm going to be coming back out this way. And so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my trail coming in so I can find my way back to this point as well. It's sunset at 5 o'clock. It's currently 2. I've got 3 hours pushing it, so I'm going to be hiking out via this track in the dark. Shouldn't be so bad. Wish me luck. What do you think so far? It's pretty dense. Pity about the being the 18th of June, only 3 days away from the shortest day of the year, so it gets dark by 5 o'clock. So I'm going to have to make sure I get in and out of here and back to Bell Track so I can actually hike out at night. That's the plan. This is a good thing. This is what I've come to find. Just got to get down there. The only problem now is to go up or down. So much water coming down, I might have to go around, but this thing's almost got me beaten today. I've got to get out of here soon. I'm not going to be able to get up that. Okay guys, I found it. Found it. Okay, so I've now been walking for 8.7 kilometers. It's dark in 1.5 hours. Well, a little bit of trouble actually, but I found it. How cool is that? So this is what I was coming to show you. This is the secret of Pirongia. I call it the jewel of Pirongia. So don't know if I'm going to finish here. As I say, light's getting a bit dodgy. So if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you can be sure that you're going to see more New Zealand adventure hiking videos like this. Let's hope I get out here. Let's hope I'm not just simply dying to show you. Currently it's 3:30. I've got enough food on me for overnight. I've only got a ground sheet, but I do have an emergency bivvy bag if I had to stay in here the night. I don't think it's wise to go back down the river. Let's actually head straight back up. I'll hit the Bell Track a little bit higher up, but it's a little bit closer as well. I just don't think I've got enough light to go back down and then head back up the way that I came in. So I better get a skedaddle on because I don't want to be caught out in this thick bush at night. I've got a fair bit of a climb. She's a long way up. How's it going, folks? So that was real dicey. I just come up from the waterfall up through a ravine or gully, and seriously it was like every footstep I had to be sure of my footing and have something to grab hold of, because it was a long way to go down. So look, I can't really afford to stop for anything to heat up. It's currently 4:15. I've got 45 minutes to try to get out of here and get onto the Bell track. Once I hit that, yeah, then I'm safe. So I'm just gonna get some sugar in me. I'm feeling a little bit of cramp. Seriously, that was really tough. So I bring jerky with me to take some salt. I don't know how much you can see. So currently it's 5:45. I've been walking now for 12 kilometers, and gosh, that was an ordeal. Coming up from the waterfall, my Garmin navigator, both sets of batteries ran out. My phone, because it's wet, you know, you can hardly put your passcode in, and so the navigator system on that's not working. So the only thing I had left was actually using my compass and just absolutely trusting that west was west. So I have taken a direct line west until I've hit, I think I've hit the track here. The worst of it is over. I was actually starting to get a little bit conscious. The secret here is actually to keep a cool head, and in my case literally just staying on a westerly direction until I cross this path. So hopefully I'm now safe. I better make sure I'm not heading up to the cone, up to the hut. So I need to be heading north. So yeah, visibility is pretty amazing. If I take my time, let's see if I can find a marker. So you're not going to be able to see much here, but this does look like a track. It's certainly better than the... There we go. Oh, I'm saved. There's my first marker. Seems like ages ago when we saw that. Gonna stop here and just have a brew. Look, I'm now nice and warm. I've got all my layers on. I've got plenty of battery. I've got plenty of light. And the cell phone's all charged up again now, so that's all good. And I've got some 600 calories of radix in me, and plus a mochaccino. So inside I'm pretty good too. And another reason why it's good to tramp solo, you imagine if I had taken those other guys with me today, they would be going, there is no way I'm going out with Dave again, you know, because I don't mind taking a bit of risk when I'm on my own, but when I've got other people, I have to take a bit more responsibility, obviously. Okay, this is what it looks like hiking out at night. Looking for these for the next 6 hours. Oh, that's a welcome sight. So we're back on the swing bridge. So it's 9:10 at the moment. We've been hiking currently for about 12.5 hours. Isn't the rain amazing? So maybe about another hour and a half to go. I'm feeling really good actually. I'm not tired at all. Not worried at all. It's just a matter of taking my time and getting out of here. The track conditions is absolutely atrocious with the rain. It's just been constantly raining since it got dark at 5, and the tracks are just like mud. It is so lovely out here. If the situation wasn't potentially more treacherous, this would be considered an absolute delight. How's it going, folks? So look, I've just gotten back from what should have been a 12-hour hike in 12 hours and 13 minutes later, because it just went all so very wrong. Today's adventure, if I was not such a level-headed person, or if I didn't have the gear that I did, today could have ended at least a search and rescue, or at worst, dare I say it, a body recovery. As I said, I've walked 12 hours and 15 minutes. I've done, I think it looks like I've done about 19 Ks. It's not a lot, but given what I've covered in that time, yeah, it hasn't been easy. So just to recap, I felt in imminent danger when I was coming up from the river valley. I came up what could probably be described as a bluff, and sadly it had really poor quality handholds, so every time you grab something, because everything's so wet, it just pulled straight out. So I had to make sure that I had good footholds and good handholds every time I then tried to haul myself up. So at one point I wrapped myself around a tree. I heard my phone ding, and so I gave my wife a call to let her know the predicament that I was in. Actually, I probably should have taken the opportunity to say that I loved her, and but I didn't really want to overly panic her. She's kind of getting a little bit used to this. That was the worst of it. The second was when my reserve batteries for my Garmin GPS ran out, and I was at night, so after 5 o'clock it was dark, and so I had to bush bash for I'm guessing it was about an hour to 2 hours at night. And my phone at this stage had also started playing up. I think it's because it was wet, so I couldn't pinch in or pinch out to see where the little dot was on my navigator. So don't rely on a cell phone navigator. But I did have my compass with me, and so what happened is I just set it for west, and I just beelined at a west route. So if there was trees or superjacks, as the case was, in the way, seriously, I was crawling at times, just tangled up and stuff. I just stayed the westerly line until finally it opened up, and I was up on the Bell track, and I was very fortunate not to have gone right past that and then headed west down to Raglan. But I am very, very grateful for finding that track. So that's enough of me for talking. Hope you enjoy this video. It's been a real ordeal, but I did find and discover for you the secret jewel, or the secret gem of Pirongia, and what I show you is absolutely astounding.